If you look at the unfair trade practices that we have, 50% from the European Union on American dairy. You have a 700% tariff from Japan on American rice. You have a 100% tariff from India on American agricultural products. You have nearly a 300% tariff from Canada on American butter and American cheese. This makes it virtually impossible for American products to be imported into these markets. And it has put a lot of Americans out of business and out of work over the past several decades. So,
the White House just fired a warning shot at India over its staggering 100% tariff on American agricultural products. They're calling it an unfair barrier that's choking U.S. farmers and exporters. With President Donald Trump gearing up for what he's labeled Liberation Day on April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs are looming. This promises a massive shakeup in international trade. The tension kicked off with a sharp accusation from White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt. On Monday, she zeroed in on India's 100% tariff on American farm goods. She argued it's part of a wider pattern of unfair trade practices hammering U.S. exports. Leavitt didn't hold back. She rattled off a list of punishing tariffs from around the globe: 50% from the EU on American dairy, 700% from Japan on U.S. rice, and nearly 300% from Canada on butter and cheese. She held up a chart with India's tariffs circled in the colors of its flag, driving home a critical point. These levies make it virtually impossible for American products to compete in those markets. For decades, she said, this has crushed U.S. businesses and left American workers without jobs. The message was unmistakable. This can't go on. Then there's President Donald Trump, who's never been shy about his hatred for high foreign tariffs. He's dubbed April 2nd Liberation Day and promised a set of reciprocal tariffs to even things out. Earlier this month, Trump called current U.S. tariffs temporary and small. But what's coming next, he says, will be a big game changer. The details are still hush-hush, but Leavitt dropped a hint about a broad strategy targeting all the talked-about countries, India included. With heavy hitters like Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and Vice President J.D. Vance in his corner, Trump's team is ready to unveil a plan that puts American interests first. The big reveal hits Wednesday. Mark your calendars. This tariff clash lands at a tough moment for India-U.S. relations. India ranks third worldwide for the highest import tariffs on agricultural products. That's a sore spot that's irritated American policymakers for years. Trump's move could ratchet up tensions with a vital strategic partner, and it's raising some big questions. Will India hit back with its own measures? Could this ignite a full-blown trade war? For now, Leavitt's playing it tight-lipped, saying only that the aim is fairness for Americans. The impact of this policy stretches way beyond India. Japan, Canada, and the EU are also in the line of fire, with their own towering tariffs under the microscope. Leavitt's chart wasn't just for show. It was a shot across the bow to every country leaning on lopsided trade rules. For American farmers and businesses, this could be a lifeline after years of losing out in foreign markets. But there's a flip side, and it's serious. Reciprocal tariffs might drive up prices at home and strain ties with allies. Critics say it's a risky roll of the dice. Supporters argue it's justice that's been a long time coming. Either way, the world's eyes are locked on Trump as he gears up to rewrite the trade playbook.